Okay, I'm gonna go do some warm-ups, and you guys do some warm-ups yourself, whatever feels good to you. And at 8 o'clock, we will start our sun salutes. Hope everybody's on. I love it when you let me know that you can hear and see me. So I'll be using the Tapas Yoga group me for any communication for our practice today. So hopefully everybody will be getting on, and I've been reviewing our new poses that I'll be teaching today. I get so excited. I was thinking, oh, I'll teach all the way to here, and I'm like, no, Carol, just do these 3 poses and let it be. This was a gift from Karen. I love it. It's a little thin, it's supposed to be like a beach towel, but it's like a little thin cotton blanket or wrap, and it's perfect for this time of year where it starts to warm up, but there are some chilly mornings. walk according to my phone right now. Hopefully everybody is on that wants to be here today, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to demonstrate and show you my teacher's favorite warm-up, the one that she feels like is the most important one for the hips. And you might already know this, but I'll talk through it. This is helps me from the get-go if I've done this, so that I, even in my sun salutes, don't feel so stiff. So you can either do this with or without blocks. I am putting the block this direction against the back, and the small of my back, the low part of my back will be against that, and then this will be right against, in between my shoulder blades. This is actually a warm-up for legs behind the head in the second series, but Kim has taught this to me since a long time, from really early in my practice. So the first thing is just put your feet on the ground and feel that pushing against the wall, both in the low back and in that high back, and it should create a very little bit of an arch in that mid-back as you push the tail and the top against the back of the wall. So this alone can be a good warm-up. Pushing, so my feet are pushing down and away, like I'm trying to push the mat away from me. That feels pretty good to me this morning. My hips are extremely stiff. This may feel like nothing to somebody else, but for me, this might be all I need to do a good warm-up. So again, sitting tall, trying to bring the tail, the weight down into the mat, but from the navel up, bringing it up from the navel to the ceiling, creating kind of an elongation in the mid-body this way. I'm putting my hands on my thighs closer up to my knees and giving that a little push, and then release the shoulders down and back, and breathe. One more breath. Now I'm going to wiggle my feet just a little bit forward while I bring my right foot up over the top. I'm just super stiff. I'm going to have to make it further out. Bringing the ankle onto the thigh near the top, not on the knee, but not too far from the knee. And again, sitting tall, this is going to create a nice stretch in the hip. If it doesn't feel like enough, then take your left foot and move the heel closer to your body. If it feels like too much, then take your left foot further away from your body. So the right foot should be flexed. So there's a 90-degree angle of the foot at the ankle. The ankle itself, like the side of the foot should not be resting on your thigh, it should be past your thigh. So your ankle is sort of on the thigh or just slightly past the thigh. And again, bringing that straightness, kind of pushing the upper back into the wall or the block if you have blocks, and the lower back should also be towards the block or the wall. There's a tendency to let the tail tuck on this pose, and that's what you don't want. You want to have a very straight feeling. All right, so I've been there long enough. I can bring my foot on the left a little closer to my body, which will increase a little bit more stretch in my right side. sides, carefully lifting my right foot back off of the leg and then bringing my left foot up onto my right leg. Now, different sides might be different. I've got some stuff going on in my left knee here, so I'm going to be extra cautious. This is a modified lotus position, or Padma position, and so it can get a little tweaky on the knee, so you don't want anything to feel tweaked when it comes to your knee. And I'm just going to kind of rub that out, get some of the energy flowing away from my knee where I've had some blockages. This is the side that I broke my foot last fall, late summer, and I still feel its effects. It keeps changing. I think it's a good thing. In my mind, it's a good thing, but I'm always very cautious, trying to make sure I don't re-injure myself. I'm going to bring my right foot just a little bit closer to my body. It's not a lot. Eventually, the knee is up on the chest. That's when you know that you're ready for a particular pose in second series. As you can see, I'm still working on that. But for some people, I mean, it might be that you're way down here and getting the stretch. So don't feel like you have to be where I am. Just feel your own body. Take it right to the edge of your stretch. Two more breaths. Okay, I'm going to do just a little cat and cow and a little child's pose here as I work up into my downward dog position before we begin our first set of sun salutes. So for me, you can do what you want right now. This is not part of the series. I'm doing just a little child's pose, extending my arms out. You can have knees closer together or further apart, whatever feels right. Now I'm going to keep my hands where they are, out in front of me. I'm going to look towards my thumbs and just come up onto my elbows. This is kind of a cobra thing. And push my forearm into the mat and push my navel back towards my spine. So it's like a little cat back. And this just brings some warmth into my shoulders, into my core. Kind of pushing my mat away from me with the forearms, having my toenails down on the mat. I can push the toenails a little bit down into the mat, and then the back is a bit like a cat back. Try to release the neck. So this is bringing some connection into my abs right now, which are a little bit sleepy, a little lazy for me the last few days. So this is a good one for me. Also a good one to prepare for a headstand, handstand, if you were working on that. Just a couple more breaths, continuing to push my forearms down into the ground, my toenails into the ground, lifting my navel, releasing my neck. And now tucking my toes so that I can come up into a downward facing dog. I'm just straightening my arms and coming into a downward facing dog. Now,
having done a little bit more warm-up, we'll probably do a little bit less on our sun salutes because my body's already warmed in a gentle way. A few more breaths in downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the heels, really checking on the shoulders. I'm coming forward into high plank, pushing back into downward facing dog and alternating a little bit. So I feel the weight in my hands and then I take it back more towards the feet and back and forth a little bit. Lifting the navel. Feeling an easy breath. If this is too much, do what is right for you. Yeah. One more big breath. And I'm just going to walk my feet slowly, carefully up to my hands. And I'm going to do a child's pose in a standing position here. Letting my neck release. Just bending a lot with my knees on my chest. And straightening and then bending again. So I have a curved back, so this is like another cat back. Straightening and then bending my knees again. All right, inhale to stand up. Wiggle maybe just a little bit more. My body's feeling a little bit more warmed up, so I'm ready to start sun salutes. Let's just start with, let's do the invocation this morning. I could use a little extra help to stay calm. So part of the invocation is to bring the energy into your practice from experienced yogis, that they can just watch over us. We're not really praying to them, but inviting them to bring wisdom into our minds. And an invocation can be just a prayer. You could do your own prayer rather than this chant. This is just the traditional way to bring the mind in, what's the word I'm looking for? In harmony with a higher wisdom. Not be all about the body, but be about the body, the mind, and the spirit. So exhaling all of the air, inhale for Om, then invocation. Exhale. Vande Gurunam Charanaravinda Sanda Shita Swatma Sukhavabode Nishreyase Jankalikayamane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Havahu Purushakram Shankachakrasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Hands to thighs. Yekam. Dwe. Trini. Chature. Pancha. Shots. One. Two. Three. Nawa. Samastitihi. Yekam. Dve. Trini. Chature. Pancha. Shat. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Sapta. Ashtau. Nawa. Deja samastitihi. Yekam. Dve. Trini. Chature. Pancha. Shat. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Sapta. Ashtau. Nawa. Deja. Inhale. Dve. Trini. Chature. Pancha. Shat. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Sapta. Ashtau. Nawa. Samastitihi. Yekam. Dve. Trini. Chature. Pancha. Shat. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Sapta. Ashtau. Nawa. Samastitihi. Surya Namaskar B. Bend the knees. Ekam. Dve. Trini. Chature. Pancha. Shot, step forward. And I have to learn the rest of the Sanskrit numbers for this. So just move through your Surya Namaskar beat. Step forward with the left. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Five. Come forward. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees. Samastiti. Yekam. Dwe. Trini. Chatvare. Pancha. Shot, step forward with the right. Step forward with the left. Three. Four. Five. Come forward. Bend the knees. Again, Yekam. Dwe. Trini. Chatvare. Pancha. Shot, step forward. Second side, step forward. Five breaths. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Come forward. Exhale the head. Inhale. Samastiti. Paramudasana. 5. Inhale, straighten the arms. Inhale, straighten the spine. In the count. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, the hands to the hips. Inhale, stand. Samastitihi. Utthita Trikonasana. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale up. Second side, exhale. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale up. Varita Utthita Trikonasana. Reverse triangle. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale up. Exhale, second side. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale up. Samastitihi. Extended side angle. Konasana. Parshvakonasana. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Up. Second side. Parshvakonasana. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale up. Reverse. Varita Parshvakonasana. 1. 2. 5. Second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, Samasthiti. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale up. Exhale, take the pose. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Exhale there. Inhale all the way. Exhale hands. Inhale T. Exhale hips. Inhale. Exhale, take the pose. Prasarita Padottanasana B. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale T. Exhale, interlace. Inhale. Exhale. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale. Take the toes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale halfway. Exhale there. Inhale all the way. Exhale, Samasthiti. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, step out. Exhale, take the pose. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Second side. Exhale down. One, 2, 3, Exhale, Samastitihi. Vinyasa to Dandasana. Come through to seat. Dandasana. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Paschimottanasana. Inhale. Exhale, take the pose. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, count. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, change the grip. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, second set. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose, skip a vinyasa, Purvottanasana. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Exhale down. Inhale, lift, vinyasa. Come through to sit. Ardha Baddha Paschimottanasana. Bringing the right foot up onto the left thigh. Finding whatever form of bind you have, whether it's with a towel or your finger. Inhale up. Exhale, take the pose. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lift for a vinyasa. Second side. Whatever form of bind or just wherever your hands are going today. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold, begin the count. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Exhale, release the pose, vinyasa. Trianjakapada, Paschimottanasana. Sitting on a block if needs be. Right leg back, left leg extended. Trying to put weight into the hips, especially on the right side. This may be it, or inhale and take a forward fold, begin the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lift. Second side. Forward fold if you're going to take it. I am staying upright today, trying to work on this hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vinyasa. And through to sit, Janu Shirshasana. A. Inhale tall before you take your forward fold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lift or change to the other side or fit in a vinyasa. Second side, Janu Shirshasana A. Lifting tall. Exhale forward, wherever is right for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Vinyasa. Janu Shirshasana C. Bringing the toe down, the heel up. Taking the forward fold or just staying up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Either lift, vinyasa, or go to the second side. Anu Shirshasana C, second side. One, two, three, four, five. Vinyasa. Marichyasana A. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. I'm lifting. You can do a vinyasa or just go to your second side. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Vinyasa. Marichyasana. Let's skip B and go straight to D with the twist. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the pose. Lift or vinyasa. Second side. Marichyasana C. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale forward. Exhale, release the pose. All right, let's practice Bhuji Padasana. Wherever you are in this practice, that's where you're going. So some might be just a squat, some might be working on getting your hands behind your heels, some might be sitting on their fore or the tops of their arms and trying to get the feet up, cat back. You get 3 tries at this, wherever you are. We're not going to take a whole long time, just because I'm going to show you the next couple of poses in the second half of primary. Okay, I'm in my downward facing dog and going into
Kurmasana. So you do whatever is right for your practice, and it may be just getting to where your hands are out to the side and your knees are on top of your arms, or you might be using blocks to work on your internal groin stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going straight into Supta Kurmasana. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose wherever you are. Find a vinyasa. We're going to go into Garbha Pindasana. Okay, Garbha Pindasana is an advanced pose, and none of us will be able to do the actual pose this time, but I can show you what you can do as a krama reaching up to the pose. But first, let me describe how it is to be executed. I have been able to sort of do the bind. It takes a full Padmasana, which I've lost my Padmasana from whatever injury or whatever. It will come back one day. But you put your right foot up, and you may not want to try this today, just watch. And the heel is by the navel and way up here. And you take your right hand underneath, and so eventually it's like it's almost up to your shoulders, and this is really in. And then imagine that I can get my other leg up here and my other arm can come through like the first side. So imagining that both legs are in, then you touch the chin and you're in this very rounded position in full lotus. So since none of us today are ready for that, this is what we do for a krama. We just curl up and hug our knees this way, and then there's a rocking back and forth, and the official number is 9. It's meant to be symbolic of the 9 months of gestation for a human birth. So it's, some people call it rock and roll. You just keep curving your back and rolling around in a circle. Maybe you want to watch today, or give it a try, see what you want to do. So with a really round back, we just go back and forth 9 times. And rolling in a circle while we do it. All right, I'll pause, let you finish if you're doing it. So there's my 9 circles, just hugging my knees. And then imagine that your hands are all the way through and you're in full Padmasana, and then you lift in Uplitihi like we do at the very end, but your hands are on the inside of your lotus and you lift. This is called Kukutasana, or rooster pose. I like that, like it's the crowing of a rooster, kukukudu or whatever. So if we don't have our full lotus, we just lift, and this would be our Kukutasana.
If you feel like you can get your hands in between your legs and lift with them closer in, that's an option too. There's a little bit of a roll forward, at least while you're learning it, in order to do it. So Kukutasana is, the krama for Kukutasana is Uplitihi, which you already know from the end of your practice. So, I don't think today I'll go through all of that explanation again. If you want to check in with me on Friday and do our Google Hangout, I can go over that with you again. So then we come forward, lift into our vinyasa, and we will do Baddha Konasana is the next pose. So come into seated, and this is a pose that you probably have done before. If you've ever been to a vinyasa class, this has probably been part of one of your classes. And it's simply, some people call it butterfly. Konasana, Baddha Konasana means bound angle pose. Konasana, kona is angle, and asana is pose. So bound angle pose is what this is called. So you're bound just by your hands being on your feet and opening your feet like a book. There is an A version and a B version. The A version is with a straight back, and you're coming forward with your chest. So keeping the sternum high. Maybe your elbows kind of help your inside of your thighs to come apart. You squeeze your buttocks on this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. The B version is as curved as you can do it. The ideal is to get the crown of the head onto the top of the feet. So just as best you can, as curved back as you can. This is one of the few poses where we can curve our back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose, and vinyasa. So the new poses that we've learned so far began with Bhuji Padasana, where you jump around your legs and you push up. It's an arm balance. The next one is Kurmasana, also known as turtle pose, where your hands are up behind and underneath your legs, and you've got your chest down. Followed by Supta Kurmasana, where the hands are behind. Supta means sleeping. I had to look it up, but something like that. Sleeping turtle. And then the next one today we taught was Garbha Pindasana, full lotus, hands coming through, hands on chin, but our krama is to just take our knees into our chest and roll around 9 times and come straight up into Kutasana, where you push away for 5 breaths and you are up off of the ground. Again, it's an arm balance. You're only on your hands when you're doing that. The last one we just did was Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, leaning forward. So you guys have done a great practice if you've stayed with me through this whole time, and I'm going to let you go into your own closing. You are advanced yogis, you know what your closing looks like. Do whatever is appropriate for you today, and then check in with me and tell me how your practice went after we're done. So I'm going to stop the live stream now and finish my practice, and we'll catch up with you later. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday at Mysore.